Hey guys, welcome back to a new video. In today's video we're going to be talking about Philodendron Xanadu or winterburn. It grows fairly easily as long as you're careful to provide the right lighting conditions. The Xanadu is one of around 450 varieties of Philodendron. This exotic plant can grow to heights of up to 4 feet and up to 5 feet in width. It features large leathery green leaves that span up to 18 inches by 14 inches. Unlike many other philodendron varieties, this plant is not a climber and has more of an upright bushy habit. It grows to form a dense and compact shape and is easy to grow and makes a good container plant as well as being suitable for growth as both a houseplant and an indoor plant in mild climates. The Philodendron Xanadu has quite specific lighting requirements, which differ from most other philodendron varieties. It needs more light than most of its relatives in order to maintain its compact appearance. If it does not get enough light, then the stems will become elongated in an attempt to search out a light source. They will take on a stretched appearance, making the plant look leggy and unbalanced. If the plant starts to exhibit leaves that are growing with several inches of gap between them, then you will know you have to provide the plant with more light. Too much light though will cause the leaves to become discolored, looking pale and unhealthy. While some yellow leaves are normal as the plant ages, a flush of yellow or bleached looking leaves means the plant is getting too much light, and you will need to move it to a more sheltered position. It likes a good balance between the two, ideally receiving bright but indirect light. It will be happiest near a bright window in which the sunlight never fully shines in its direction. Like most philodendron, the Xanadu likes to have its soil kept moist but not wet. The best way to water it is to give it a generous watering until water runs out of the drainage holes of the pot. Discard any drained water because the plant will not like wet feet and this can cause root rot. Allow the top layer of the soil to dry out between waterings and ensure that the plant does not get overwatered. Before watering, you can dip your finger into the soil to test the moisture. If the top few inches of the soil are dry to the touch, then it is safe to proceed with watering. But if you can feel moisture, then you should wait and water when it feels dry. The aim is to keep the lower level of the soil moist but not soggy. It will tolerate the level of humidity found in most homes, but high humidity promotes lush growth and shiny foliage, so it is a good idea to mist the plant regularly. This plant likes warm temperatures above 55 degrees. Keep them away from drafts and open doors, especially during the winters. Fertilize monthly during the spring and summer with a balanced water-soluble fertilizer diluted to half the recommended strength. Philodendron leaves are toxic to pets and humans. Typically, ingestion will result in swelling of the lips and tongue and stomach irritation and possible vomiting. This plant is propagated by division, which can be achieved easily when the plant becomes large enough that it needs to be divided. As a fairly fast-growing plant, you will soon find that the Xanadu becomes too large for its pot. At this point, you can either repot it into a larger pot or you can divide it and create two or more smaller plants from the original plant. To do this, gently remove the plant from its pot and then separate the root ball into sections. You can try to gently tease the roots apart, but you will likely need to slice up the root ball as they become heavily entwined. Once you have separated the root clump, you can repot each newly created plant into appropriately sized pots and continue care as normal. Every time a Xanadu needs repotting, you can perform a division and grow your collection of this plant. This plant does not need to be routinely pruned. You should remove any dead or damaged leaves at the base of the stem to keep the plant looking its best. But other pruning is not required. This plant can also fall victim to common houseplant pests such as aphids, mealybugs, and spider mites. Spider mites typically occur in very dry conditions, so the best way to combat this is to create a humid environment for your plant, or with the help of neem oil spray or any anti-fungicide spray. The leaves will tell you how to care for this go anywhere indoor plant, which needs indirect light and moderate waterings. If the leaves turn yellow, it's getting too much light. If they are sparse, it's getting too little light. If they droop, you're giving it too much or not enough water. Over time, you will learn what your plant really needs.